I think. Okay, perfect. So, hey, I'm sorry if that's like a little awkward there in the beginning, but seriously, so freaking pumped to just spend the next like 30-ish minutes with you here. I do really love to talk if you don't know me personally. So it may be a bit longer than that, but I am gonna really try to do my absolute very best to honor your time since you really did, you made arrangements to be here live with me. And honestly, even if you are catching this as the recording or as the replay, like go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back too, because you carved out time for that. You made this a priority. And honestly, most people don't do that. So, just real quick, in case you don't know me, I am Brittany. I'm a wife. I'm a mama to Zoe and Luca. We live in Florida, and I am your life and hormone performance coach. I am the founder of the Spark Your Hormones program, which honestly came out of the PCOS program, so the Powerful Sisterhood Overcoming Stigmas that I created last year. And that program was specifically for women who have PCOS. But over the last year of focusing on working with one on one clients and coaching sessions, and honestly, just conversations that I have in general with women, I really started to realize that this information about like just the absolute amazingness of a woman's body was totally being kept a secret. And honestly, I just feel like that is not okay. And so finally, there is a program designed like specifically for you. And I'll share more about that program later, but I really right now want to dive into why you are here, and that is to rewire your body for weight loss. So, some of you listening, you might have a goal of losing 5 to 10 pounds, while others are focused on losing 75 to 100 pounds. So, why is it so dang hard to lose weight? Because no matter what your weight loss goal is, it's probably feeling a little bit hard. That's why you're here. So why? Why does that feel so hard? And why do you feel defeated and frustrated and discouraged? You just want to lose the weight, but there are so many conflicting thoughts and feelings that are happening in your mind and your body from the constant noise of how easy losing weight is from the guru on social media, the personal trainer that's claiming, just do this one exercise, the woman, sharing, here's what I ate to lose 50 pounds, just eat like me and you will too. And good freaking Lord, don't even get me started on the lack of help that most of us receive from our medical professionals. And so now you feel broken, like you are the problem. Is anyone else like resonating with that, like with this? And please use the chat box. I did forget to mention that, but like, please show up in the chat because that really makes it a lot better that I'm not just like sitting here talking to myself. So no matter if you're on with me on Zoom or you're watching on Facebook, either one's totally fine. Like show up in the chat box, okay? But you feel broken and you feel like you're the problem. And maybe you have tried the diets, the workouts. Maybe you went as far as trying the latest diet shot or whatever this like miracle shot is supposed to be, and you ended up throwing up so violently that you popped the freaking blood vessels in your eyeballs. And here you are questioning, like, what is wrong with me? Why can't I lose the weight? Will I just have to carry this extra weight around forever? Will I never be healthy? Will I ever be able to run around happily with my children and not get like winded and constantly needing to sit down and catch my breath? Will I ever get to be the confident wife, mother, girlfriend, like whatever it may be? You're sitting here with all of these questions happening in your mind. Anyone else? Is that like happening to you? There's this constant like questioning. And, if you take away nothing else from me, like, please, 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 please hear me on this. You are not broken. Okay. And not only are you not broken, like, lean in here with me. Okay. You are not broken. And it is not your fault. All of these questions that are constantly running through your mind and the feelings that you feel, not your fault. I want you to imagine this for a moment, okay? It's game night. All of your friends are there and everyone is so freaking excited for game night. I mean, you've got the snacks, maybe you got some wine, you're all in comfy clothes because, like, no thank you to jeans, right? So you made sure to tell everyone, like, come in your comfy clothes. Everyone is happy and smiling, and like the competitive ones are over here, like they're stretching in the corner, they're like puffing and puffing, they're getting ready. I mean, they look like they're like freaking about to run like a marathon or something. You all sit down to start game night, and all of a sudden, just pure chaos, confusion. Cards are flying. The money is like all mixed up. The little house pieces like are not where they are supposed to be. One person did somehow manage to get their like shoe on the starting part of the board, but everyone else's game pieces are just like scattered on the board. I mean, heck, like one friend, she ain't even facing the board, okay? She's like facing the door of the room. She's not even like where she is supposed to be. Like, what the actual F is happening right now? Okay, right. By the way, I forgot to mention, everyone is playing blindfolded. It is truly a disaster. And so quickly, those smiles and laughs are gone. The competitive ones are pissed because, like, the only game that you should blindfolded is pin the tail on the donkey, like not Monopoly. And you guys all did catch that it was Monopoly, right? Like everyone was on the same page there, like you knew it was Monopoly. But I mean, like, seriously, could you imagine trying to play Monopoly, a rather intricate game, right, with lots of moving parts and rules and all of these things? Like, the flow of the game truly depends on so many things. I mean, every single time you play, you've got a different outcome. Something different is happening with the game, right? Like, could you imagine playing that blindfolded? Anyone? Like, it would be absolutely in freaking insane, right? And oh, it said someone was sorry, I just got a notification that someone was trying to watch and it wouldn't let them in. Hopefully they figured it out. If not, I'll send them the recording. Sorry, distraction. Squirrel moment. And so you're playing this game. Like, could you even imagine that? And that's how so many of you are attempting your weight loss journey. The female body is so intricate. Each of our bodies are so different. Your doctor made it sound pretty dang easy with their like, just lose weight advice, right? You've been told, just cut out carbs, do this fad diet, you need to work out, don't eat sweets. Yet you still have weight to lose. Your doctor, the personal trainer, the social media post about keto, don't eat the Cheeto, whatever, they are a form of blindfolds. All of these social media accounts and bloggers sharing like their weight loss truth, what helped them to overcome the late night eating, the lack of motivation, how they've been able to stick to their workouts by making a schedule, this kind of constant, like, if I can, you can mentality have been so in your face, just everywhere you turn. And those people mean well. Like, I have to believe that, anyways. And they share all of that to help you, but it is their fault that you can't lose the weight. They placed a blindfold on you without you even knowing it. And if you keep going at your weight loss journey with this blindfold on, the scale will never show you a lower number. And you will continue to feel defeated, discouraged, and like a failure. But when you take that blindfold off and like throw it away for good, so I don't want you to just like take it off and then maybe it peeks back on and you just kind of are like, let me kind of see what's happening here. Like, take that thing off and throw it away for good. You will finally lose the weight. You will finally be that confident, energetic, healthy you that you desperately want. And you know what? Like, you deserve that. Have you ever thought about that? Like, has anyone ever actually told you that? Like, you deserve to be that confident, energetic, healthy, whatever that version is of you that's on the other side of that weight that you're trying to lose. Like, you freaking deserve that. So let's dive in here and start talking about like rewiring your body to lose the weight. So the first thing that you have to do is really master the art of amplifying your body's whispers. So show of hands here, how many of you have Googled easiest way to lose 10 pounds, or when is the best time to work out? Should I eat before my workout? Or, like maybe even if it was like around your wedding time, like, will I die if I only eat bubble gum until my wedding so that I fit into my wedding dress? Like, how many of you have gone to Google and Googled something along those lines? Okay. Hopefully that's not just me and I'm not just alone there. Okay. Thank you, Tina. I see you saying me. I am gonna try to pull up like my Facebook stuff here too. Oh, I see what happened. People were trying to get into the Facebook group and they weren't. So I'm going to try to get that pulled up so that I can see people commenting there too. So you either found, when you Googled that, right? You either found a whole lot of conflicting answers, or, hold on a second, you may have found like a male personal trainer trying to tell you what to do, right? And it's like when I got my PCOS diagnosis, I immediately started Googling how to get pregnant, because PCOS is like one of the most common diagnoses of infertility. And so, everywhere that I was looking, I was seeing go gluten and dairy free. But then the next person was like, yeah, that doesn't matter. You don't have to do that. And then one person was like, oh, you can only walk for exercise. Like, don't do anything more than that. Like, only go for a walk. And then like another person was like, no, you need to be picking up weights. Like, you need to be weight training. And it was so freaking confusing and contradicting, because just like what I was reading for PCOS and what you're reading for weight loss, they forgot to factor in the whispers of your body. And when I was searching for my PCOS, it didn't factor in me and my body. The whispers meaning truly what makes you, you, your life, your schedule, your likes and dislikes, your hormones. And newsflash, the male personal trainer, they do not have a menstrual cycle like us. They do not have the ups and the downs of the hormones throughout the month like we do. So sometimes that makes it a lot harder when a guy is like trying to just be like, well, here's what I did, and trying to get you to do that. It's why you get so annoyed when like you and your husband do the same thing, and your husband like, drops 10 pounds like that, and you're like, cool, and I just gained 10 pounds. Like, thanks a freaking lot. So when you allow like all of that outside noise to yell at you, you cannot hear the whispers coming from your body that are trying to help make losing weight easy. And part of these whispers are really tapping into your cycle and how it affects you from day to day, because it's more than just like your period. It's more than just the days that you bleed. And I can't explain it like all here tonight. We would be here for a really long time. But like we go deep into that in the Spark Your Hormones program. But let me give you like a little bit of piece of it here, okay? So it's honestly kind of like the next piece in removing that blindfold that, again, maybe you didn't even know you had. And it's understanding and truly reversing ovary exhaustion. So question, how many of you are like tired regardless of how much you sleep? You constantly feel like you need a nap. The midday slump at work makes the rest of your day drag on, but somehow, like all of these gurus, all these other people are preaching, wake up earlier, work out for 5 hours, push harder. Like, that's why you're not losing the weight. You just aren't working out hard enough. Quit being lazy. But like, you don't even have the energy to like process what the hell you should cook for dinner, much less energy to give to working out to the point of exhaustion just so that you can like sweat a lot to lose the weight. And for some of you though, you are a hustler. You are going to get it done. Like you will sleep when you are dead. So somehow like you are pushing through and doing it all. And maybe you are starting to feel that and starting to question like, how can I keep doing this forever? And what is happening like internally will catch up to you. And believe me, it is not pretty. It is not, because that was me. I was the work out harder, longer, like get super sweaty to lose the unwanted weight. And let me tell you, my body got pissed. So mad at me. Like the acne breakouts were awful. My gut was so mad at me. Like everything I ate made me bloated or made my stomach hurt. Like the heartburn, OMG, it was like out of the world, just awful over every little thing that I ate. I was drinking coffee in the morning, getting coffee like midday as I was driving. So it was when I was SLPing. So I would drive when I would finish up at the daycare and go to the office. I would need to make like a Dunkin' or a Starbucks run. I needed more coffee. And honestly, it led to burnout. And maybe that's where you are. And not just like the mental overwhelm and exhaustion, but like physically too, your body starts to burn the F out because we are women. And yes, like, please let me hear you roar. But like our bodies feel that mental, physical, emotional stress hard. And it retaliates with the massive skin breakouts, the gut issues, your cortisol levels, they spike and they don't return to normal. So then they create their new normal. And that's where we start to see insulin resistance, which means the unwanted, stubborn body fat. Yeah, good luck. And I don't say that to be like uncaring or callous, but in the society that we live in, the advice for women is either work harder or do absolutely nothing. It's like go 5 hours, get super sweaty, go for a run, just stay on the treadmill, do all these things, or just take it easy, like give your body a break, just a little walk or something. And that's not accurate. Sorry, the dog is barking. My husband just got back from his weekly haircut. Fluid retention, slows down your organs, your brain, your digestion, your body's ability to physically move starts to slow down. In burnout mode, your body starts to like bypass using food for fuel, and it starts to use your body's like backup resources, which then creates more brain fog, memory issues, delayed reaction time, aka like that sluggish, slow, don't want to get up off the couch and go play with your kids or live your life or cook dinner. So you can probably start to see that when you fully understand overexhaustion and how to reverse it. So it's not enough to just understand it. Like now we've got to work on reversing it. All the things that you are experiencing that maybe are labeled as normal. Anyone ever heard that from your doctor? So annoying. We won't go down that rabbit hole. So all these things that are labeled as normal, even though like deep down it is not normal, you now have a reason for them, an understanding of what is happening. The female body, your body and hormones require you to move and eat differently. And you can start to make changes in your day-to-day that will compound quickly to getting that number on the scale to move down, to go down to where you want it to, and you will finally start to lose that weight. And so when you start to take into account your body's whispers, we ditch the ovary exhaustion, then you can start to factor in the science behind how you can really truly become a like master manipulator to lose the weight. And everyone likes to joke that women are hormonal. OMG, like, must be that time of the month. Like you're really acting crazy. And you know what? Yeah, we are hormonal. Our hormones absolutely take us on a wild ride every month. Some women's wilder than others, especially if they are extremely like unbalanced and out of whack, but neither here nor there. They take us on a wild ride, and we are cyclical beings. It's more than just this like quick little teaching that maybe we got in middle school about like you have a period, you have sex, you get pregnant. Like it is so much more than that. And especially when it comes to losing weight and to that weight loss, like I hate to say it, but when we factor in all of that, and then we started to look at our food, like our food is not what it used to be. All foods are not created equal, and they absolutely do matter when it comes to like becoming this like master manipulator of your hormones, because when it comes to your hormones, like some parts are craving more while other parts are craving less, and to keep everything regulated and balanced so that you can lose weight, you have to understand that. And for us women, it's not really as easy as just eat less, lose weight, or work out more and lose weight. We have to factor it all in, all of this. And like before you stress yourself out, okay, over there, like making your cortisol start to spike and your body's holding on to the weight and everything, like let's take a deep breath. Like go ahead, inhale, exhale. When you don't know like what you are putting in your body, and the fact that like when and what and like the order that you eat things, actually like your body responds to things, like the order in which you eat them, like there is an order that you should be eating. Your systems like don't work properly, but when you do start to eat in this way, your body responds really well to that and in your favor for weight loss, without having to start to factor in all the math and the macros and micros and scanning barcodes and logging and all of that. Like weight loss is hard. It does suck. It does make you feel like a failure and feel defeated and discouraged. And like it's not necessarily like your job to have to account for the changes in quality of food because of the soils and the hormonal disruptors, which are making estrogen and cortisol and progesterone, thyroid, insulin, glucose, like all of these things in our body start to go crazy because it no longer knows how to process what you fed it in the right way. And in the environments we live in today, like it's just all feeding into why our bodies are having such a hard time losing weight. And so then that means now your endocrine system, so your pituitary, your thyroid, your adrenals, your pancreas, your ovaries, like all of these things, are at work when you're trying to lose weight. And oftentimes they're like in overdrive with hormone production and with trying to help you to lose weight. And so, gosh dang it, like now your nervous system is breaking down on you and your immune system is affected. Again, inhale, exhale. Maybe one more time if you're thinking like, holy crap, like this is too much. But like I'm telling you all of this because the science is real. Like I didn't just make up the Spark Your Hormones program. And unless you're like really truly ready to lean in and learn how your hormones play into the stress, foods, the exercise, the weight doesn't just disappear. Stress isn't just going to like magically going to go away. Working yourself to burnout isn't going to make that number on the scale go down. And honestly, it's why I am so passionate about helping you to optimize your hormones to really rewire your body for weight loss. And you don't have to understand all the systems and how they're all connected and like which thing does what like exactly to succeed with this plan. And it's why I've created the Spark Your Hormones program to be 12 weeks so that you can get all of the information in one place and simplified. Like that is my biggest thing, is to really truly help women to simplify all of this. I like to keep things simple, simple, simple. So would it be okay if I just take a few minutes here to share with you, like, and this is the first time ever that I have put this program together. Again, I did like a specific PCOS program, but now I'm just wanting to really focus on helping more women to understand their hormones, because honestly, like this shouldn't just be information for women with a PCOS diagnosis or with a thyroid diagnosis. And so I would love to just take a couple minutes here and share with you about the Spark Your Hormones program, if that's okay with you, and how you can get involved if it's something that you're interested in to really start optimizing your hormones. I'm just looking on Facebook really quick at the comments because I can't do both. Hi, Haley. Hi, Shelby. Okay, perfect. Cool, cool. So in this 12-week program, and I'll show you all of this just in a minute too, so that you can like actually see it and not just keep hearing me talk. But you will really truly learn how to demystify weight loss stigmas so that you never have to hear like, just watch what you eat and feel like that bullshit applies to you ever again. You're going to be given the blueprints to re-optimize your hormones so that you can finally have your energy back to live life without having to subscribe to society's overly exhausting ideas like spending countless hours in the gym for real results. And you're going to be given a proven system for eliminating the defeat and frustration that comes from constantly wanting change but never actually having like achieved those lasting results by following conventional methods. And so exactly what that looks like is it's going to be 12 weeks of hormone performance based training and coaching. So you're going to get a weekly concept trainings to help you optimize your hormones, bi-weekly Q&A and life coaching via Zoom. And if you can't make those live, I am going to have a form like where you can drop all of your questions that you've had from like, the 2 weeks of teachings and everything. You can ask specific questions about your body, your life, and like you get those answered. You are going to get community and peer support inside like a members only Facebook. So it is a private Facebook group only for women that are going through this program. So again, like you'll all be going through the same thing together. And you will have lifetime access to all of the recordings and resources. So obviously it's not going to end at the end of the 12 weeks. You're going to want to keep doing those things and you'll have access to everything, like all of the PDFs. There's going to be trackers, like just all of that. You'll keep lifetime access to it. And so, I have invested like so much money, like well over $7,000 just in navigating my PCOS journey and figuring out hormones and really how to tune into my body and like speak its language. Like I think back to when I met with a naturopath and she laid out the whole package and it was like $5,000 for appointments and supplements to use their facility for the sauna and the light therapy and not factoring in like labs. I mean, my lord, sometimes those are $100 to $200 every time. The gut health diagnosis that I got, SIBO, I was going to get, which was another $1,000 just for the medication to get rid of the bacteria that was in my gut, which was not covered by insurance, which is super cool, super fun, right? Plus, I was spending $50 a week on acupuncture and then throw in the time that I still needed to spend researching and learning on my own because like once a month, maybe twice a month appointment for like 30 to 45 minutes, it wasn't enough for me to like really ask all the questions that I had and really truly like learn and explain. Like it didn't give them time to explain my hormones and what was happening in my body, what I needed to be doing for exercise and nutrition and stress management for my body to function properly so that I could be my healthiest self. And so, probably if I totaled all of that up is like 9,000 or more dollars. And you know what? Like I spent all of that on my journey and none of that gave me what my mind needed to still process like the feelings and emotions. It didn't teach me how to live in a positive place as I was, me specifically, I was on my trying to conceive journey. And it's okay if you're not trying to conceive, if you're well past that stage of your life, totally fine. But it like no one helped me with my mind and how to stay in that positive place on that journey. There was not any education behind like why I was doing what it was that I was what I was doing, It was like very focused on one symptom or one lab, but there was no support group. And to be honest, like I felt very alone in that journey and in that diagnosis. And maybe you're feeling that same way on your weight loss journey. and really through the journey of balancing my hormones and getting my spark back. So sure, like the $9,000 I spent helped my numbers on paper improve, but you are so much more than just numbers on a paper or the number on the scale. And so then, I took it upon myself to become a life coach and to learn the skills needed to best process like all the crap that is happening up here in my brain so that and then like I was like, you know what? Like I want to like I want more. I want more. I need more refinement, more skills, more tools in my toolbox. So then I decided to kind of keep going with my life coaching and I became a master life coach so that I would then be able to help other women like you to not feel like I did, to not experience what I did, and to not be alone in this. And so, added another 10K there. So, like, the Brit that you see today is like $20,000, if not more, invested to be who I am today. And the Spark Your Hormone program should honestly easily cost $7,000. And before you all like have a heart attack, please don't worry. It's not going to cost you that much because I understand that you have expenses in your life happening. Like you possibly have doctor's appointments, lab work happening. You may be trying to buy exercise equipment and kind of get like a home gym kind of set up. You're on this journey and you still have a day-to-day life to live, and so this program is not going to cost you $7,000. And as I was thinking through it in last week, just like kind of really gathering my thoughts on all of this, I was like, you know what, let's do like a 50% off savings. Like that feels good, right? Like save 50%, which would make it 3,500 in case you're not a math person. It's totally fine. And then I was like, you know what, no, like that's not sitting right with me either, because this information and knowledge like shouldn't be a guarded resource for a select group of people that either have had to pay thousands upon thousands like getting certifications, or for the few that have the diagnosis and have had to spend thousands plus having to spend the ridiculous amount of time like diving deep into the rabbit hole of research and cross-referencing and combing through and trial and erroring. And so to be honest, like from what I have found, and again, like I spend a lot of time like researching and digging into stuff. If you've ever worked with me in any capacity, like that. And I have not found anything that has all of this information compiled like all together in a manner that actually makes sense, that makes it easy to digest and like actually apply to your day to day. Because, like I said earlier, it's not enough to just know it. You've got to apply it. You've got to start doing things like with that knowledge. And there's nowhere that I have found that combines both of those like I have for this program. And so when I was working on all of this last week, I was like, okay, what can I do that's extra special for people for this launch? Because again, this is the first time that I'm doing this program. And so not 7,000, not even 3,500, but instead 1,200. And I've actually decided to do two different tiers. So let me share my screen here really quick with you guys, just so you can see this, because I think that it'll make more sense. And I'll also like drop the link here for you guys. So hopefully, can you guys see that? Like, just give me like a thumbs up or not. Okay, thank you, Tina. You're the person I can see on my screen. Thank you so much. Okay, so here's kind of the two different tiers, just so that you can see them. Okay, there. So you should be able to read that. I don't, need to read every little thing to you. So the way it's going to work is obviously you choose which tier. Tier 1 and tier 2, those first ones you see, they're all the same with the 12 weeks, the, weekly coaching, the bi-weekly. The tier 1 is just for that person that wants that more one-on-one. And so you're going to get 3 one-on-one customized life coaching calls, and they're going to be scheduled at a time that's convenient for you. So if you work full time, you can schedule them after work. If weekends work better, great. We're going to schedule them then. You're going to have a personalized roadmap for achieving your weight loss goals. And then you're going to get customized push coach support and accountability tailored specifically to your motivation style. So some people love tough love. Awesome. We're going to work through that. And I'm going to be your tough love coach, where others of you are like, please don't be that tough love person. Like, that's not what I need. I need someone who is more caring and loving, like that's my style that's going to push me. So it's really going to be customized like to what you are needing for accountability and support. And then the unlimited Voxer access. So this usually I reserve like for my one-on-one clients who are paying, $2,000 to $3,000 for call packages. And I don't usually include them in the group coaching programs. And to be honest, I don't know if I ever will again, but because this is the first time ever and as like a launch special, I really wanted to throw that in because I feel like that's truly what is needed to help you lose the weight. And with that unlimited Vox, so Voxer is just like a walkie-talkie texting app, just an app so that you solely like why you're in there and don't get distracted, all that kind of stuff. But that's really there for you so that you can ask those real-time questions and get answers to get the life coaching. So there are times, that you're like, I'm struggling, like I don't have the motivation, like help me, or wait a minute, you said this, but I don't quite understand it. How do I apply it to my life? And so that's what that Voxer access is for those 12 weeks, you get like unlimited access to me. Now, obviously, if you write me at like 1 a.m., I possibly actually may write you back because I could be up breastfeeding, let's be honest. But like, within reason there when I say unlimited access, but it's really there for those moments of like I'm not feeling motivated or like the SOS, like I need help. And so I've decided to include that again in tier one, and you're going to get to choose which tier works best for you. And there are payment plan options available. You can see them like at the bottom of this. So really like this part is what is the difference in the tier one and the tier two, but both tiers, you're going to keep the lifetime access to, again, all of the recordings and all of that. And down at the bottom of this, and I'll drop this link for you, you can see the different payment plan options. So all of that is there for you. And if you are anything like me, I love me some bonuses. So I did want to add some of those in there just for anyone that enrolls by March 18th. So I leave tomorrow. We're going on a 5-day trip to the Dominican, but I will still have my phone and be in my inbox and everything. So I just like went ahead and just made it through the time that I was like there and everything. Just that would give you time to ask any questions and me to answer them. But if you enroll by March 18th, you're also going to get to be part of a test group for the 12-week Spark Your Hormone cycle tracker that I am creating. And so you'll get to like really try that out, give me feedback on it as I'm editing it and everything. So it's not something that is printed quite yet. But once it is, I will send you like a free hard copy of that, but you will get to be in the test group of really utilizing that and giving me your feedback on, was it helpful? Was it not? Like, did this confuse you? Like all of that kind of stuff. And then you're also going to get access to the My Own Your AM course, which is really all about creating morning habits and routines. You're going to get access to free workouts, which no pressure. Like if you're like, hey, I'm not ready to quite work out yet. And yes, you can lose weight without working out. You're welcome. But I do have an entire thing created that is very specific to your cycle and the different phases of your cycle. It's like already broken down for you. So you will get access to that, which really does help you whenever, again, we talked about becoming that master manipulator of your hormones. You'll get access to that. And then you'll also get access to the Decode Your Brain's Stress Receptors mini course. So again, all of those bonuses are for anyone who joins by March 18th. So I will share this link with you so that you can get all of the information. And again, if you have questions, like reach out to me. Obviously, hi, I'm the creator of the program, so I can answer your questions if you have them. So, message me, whether it's on Facebook, on Instagram, wherever we like to chat. Okay, there, I put it in the Facebook group as well over here on Zoom for you guys. And like I know that some of you need to think this over, and please do. Again, if you have more questions, reach out to me. Like, I don't know how much you guys know about human design, but there are some of us that are like, okay, great, I have the information, I can make a decision, while others of us are like, wait, I have this question, I need this information, I need to know these specifics. That's me. Like, I need to know all of the details before I like say, okay, yes, I'm in, like that is something I want to do. So please just like reach out to me. We will have a real life human conversation over the next few days, and then you can make that decision. Okay. So like, don't fight yourself on like, well, I need to know this, or I've got this question. Like, just ask me. Okay. But seriously, thank you so much for spending time here with me. And again, I said this earlier, but I just want to bring it back here for any of you that are still listening. I mentioned at the very beginning, you are not broken. You are not the problem. And it is not your fault that you are feeling defeated, discouraged, and like a failure on your journey. Okay. And I truly hope you know that. And like 1,000,000,000%, like I believe in you and I am here to help you in any way that I can to simplify your journey and make it one that is fun and lifelong and one that allows you to be empowered by your hormones instead of disappointed or like daunted by them. So, thank you guys so much for hanging out here with me. Have an amazing rest of either your night or your day if you're catching this as the replay. And, reach out to me with any questions that you